Man, I really like the hangar setup. Like, this is so cool. What is up, people? It is me, Monster58. Welcome back to another episode of Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. In the previous part, we just continued to build up our reputation with these corporations. Ended up doing a lot of things like getting these AC parts, doing a little bit of training missions here and there, but really establishing that there are two big corporations that we have to deal with here, and that's Balaam as well as Arquebus, and then their subsidiary allies, Schneider of Arquebus as well as Dafong of Balaam. And so we're starting to build up our reputation. We also found out that the last AC that we destroyed in our first one-on-one AC fight that we ever did, unfortunately, we destroyed an AC that was being shipped to the in-house, essentially highest, skill squad of Balaam, known as the Red Gun. So very unfortunate that we did that to incite their rage against us, but unfortunately we had to do it because, money, right? So we're an independent merc. And one thing I gotta check real quick, so just give me 1 second. Alrighty, folks, sorry about that. Just had to check something on my other monitor that I have open and stuff like that, so just wanted to make sure that everything was good. But we are good to roll, so without further ado, folks, let us sortie. We got one more mission that we had to do here for Chapter 1, at least for the time being that we know of, to destroy some transport helicopters.
Got a job for you, 621. The Balaam Group sent a request.
Raven, this request comes from Dafong, one of our affiliates. The group has committed to use of military force to handle the Rubicon Liberation Front. Target for this mission is a squad of transport choppers. Destroy them. You'll encounter guerrilla resistance from Baus mass-produced MTs. They're no great concern. Performed adequately, Raven. This did not go unnoticed. We will be watching with interest to see what you bring to the team.
Alrighty, so we just have to destroy some transport helicopters that are going to be used by the Rubicon Liberation Front. Now, the Liberation Front, at the end of the day, if you guys can't tell, sort of like it's sort of like a rebel group of smaller characters that are not as able to have as much access to resources like the corporations, but they're still a significant entity that we will be encountering a lot throughout the story, so get ready to encounter them a fair bit, but that's all I'll say about them going forward for right now. But we gotta destroy their stuff.
Now they're asking for you by name. Keep building your rep.
Yep, like Walter said, we are getting asked by name now, and that should tell you our reputation's building up.
Commence mission. Destroy the Rubicon Liberation Front transport choppers.
We're under attack! Corporate merc! Intercept! Keep them off the supply!
Confirmed. Transport chopper down. Keep at it, 621.
Alright, let's keep it going.
There, take it out.
Got a lot of missiles we were able to shoot off there. Oh, completely screwed up there. I'm so used to being able to melee off that. These legs really aren't made for that. Alright. That should be destroyed very easily. Dead.
Confirmed. Target destroyed. On to the next targets.
It's here. Fight back.
We're no match for an AC!
Have no fear. The Toro is with us.
Boom.
We've got a mouse tetrapod. It's a cut above the other MTs. Ignore it. Focus on the mission.
So, this tetrapod, we're going to want to destroy it because it has one of those log hunts. So, this guy really isn't that bad. They're strong. They have a lot of firepower, so be careful about that. But other than that, they really aren't too bad. Oh, wow. Oh wait, no, I screwed up on my targeting there. Easy.
Can't be. How are you?
Tetrapod. You're a natural at this, 621.
Alright, that one's gone, and boom.
Looks like you got them all. That's it for this job, 621. Return to base.
Like I said, with the tetrapods, you'll be encountering those a bit throughout the game, and some of them are going to be really strong, but that one was pretty pedestrian. But yeah, they're very tough in terms of their armor. Takes a bit to get them ACS, and then in addition to that, ACS overload. In addition to that, they have a lot of firepower usually. They have a lot of good weapons, so just be careful around those guys, and they can also leap really far distances because they're four-legged, so. Alright. Just need 2 more for an AC part. Very, very cool.
Well, Handler Walter. The way your hound's been up in my business, I'm surprised you'd even dare to call. Michigan, about my proposal. Yeah, you sure about that? I'll be working your hound just as hard as any other red gun. Gen 4s can be emotionally withdrawn. They need a shot in the arm every now and then. Then you got a deal. I'll send Volta and Iguazu. They'll give your latest hound a proper red gun welcome.
One new message.
I see you're back, 621. The Corps see the Liberation Front as a hindrance to expanding their coral survey. But to the Rubiconians, your actions are only helping the Corps with their invasion. It's just a job, 621. All of it.
Yep, so as you can see, the Rubicon Liberation Front is really obviously, like, centered around using the coral and accepting it and, you know, defending their home and stuff like that. And so you start to see this push and pull of morality in this game where you're fighting for the corpse because you need the money, but at the same time, is what you're doing really that, is it morally good? It's hard to tell, right? So it's just this big corporate, big government, everything like that, turned up to the nines. And so, yeah. We also found out, as we can see, we have Michigan, who is one of the Red Guns, or at least from what we can tell is the leader of the Red Guns, and he is going to be sending 2 of the Red Guns to work with us on our next mission. And so, let's do that mission. So, let's do that mission, sorry, excuse me, because there's this mission as well, so let's do the one, though.
Got a job for you, 621. You're joining an operation planned by Balaam HQ. Check the briefing. Heard the good news from Walter, did ya? Good. Sit your ass down and listen. Balaam's moving in on the Gallia Dam Complex, one of the Liberation Front's bases. The objective is to destroy their lifeline and make those sacks of shit beg for mercy. I'll be sending 2 good-for-nothing maggots from the Red Guns, Gun 4 Volta and Gun 5 Iguazu. You're just gonna be tagging along on ass-wiping duty. I'm assigning you the call sign Gun 13, a lucky little number that just became available. Gun 13, sound off! Good enough. Now go get ready! We're going on a field trip, kiddo!
As you can see, the Red Guns are very much like very straight military traditional, right? You can see how this works. So, we're going to be sortying with 2 of the Red Guns, so without further ado, folks, let's hop right into it.
Gun 13, huh? I'll stick with 621. Don't let the Red Guns teach you bad manners.
Yep, is he...
Good for. Can't say I considered you a pro either. We don't need backseat drivers in the red guns. Shape up or ship out. That takes care of the frontline MTs. That was just the warm-up. Look alive, maggots! 2 generators to go. Keep moving, 621. Hope you're enjoying the field trip, kids. Don't pick your pants now.
Does this guy ever shut up?
Goodbye. No luck from the sewing club, I see. That attitude won't get you far on Rubicon. Hope you pilot better than you sew.
As you can see, the red guns are very much yeah, traditional old military style. They're very brutal to each other, and Michigan is, yeah, pretty army sergeant, drill sergeant level leader.
Target remaining, 621.
Alright,
Hear me, you corporate vultures. The Rubiconians will never yield. You're going home in armored coffins. Forged in ash, we stand as one. Hot dog, we got an AC.
More like this too. It's barely different from an MT. Good for. You're not exactly cutting edge either. You want to be next on the scrap heap?
alright, looks like we gotta destroy this guy. I'm going to, at least.
Mercenary. I'm the mere pawn. What value is there in serving corporations that exist only to kill and plunder? Scavengers. Father O'Brien, I've failed you.
Confirmed. Enemy AC destroyed. Gun 13. Guess you're not just tagging along anymore. Now hurry up and destroy that stinking old dam. We've got a job to do here. Looks like we got competition. All targets destroyed. Looks like my good for nothings were good for something after all. The trip's over. Gun 13. I'll keep that lucky call sign open for you.
Alright, as you can see, the red guns are not only not nice to us, they are not nice to each other, and they hate Michigan too. So, they're pretty brutal to each other, and as you can see, Iguazu in particular did not like us at all. Yeah, he hated us.
One new message.
You got lucky, Merc. You were the only warm body they could find. The red guns are going to be first over the wall. Have fun watching from the sidelines.
So they keep talking about this wall, right? So we'll end up seeing what that is eventually. But let's do some like assembly and stuff like that, because the one thing about our AC is it's kind of still very pedestrian. I'm trying to see, is there anything else we can buy? I don't think there's any parts that would be insanely useful. Yeah, we just have a couple of missile launchers, but maybe just some new like body parts would be cool. This one's pretty alright. The weight's a bit better. We would lose AP. Just to have access to this is probably good. I think we have one of these already. Let's look at the AC design. What's our chest plate? Let's see. Might be a bit better, and I might switch up the arms actually. Let's buy some arms. Do lucky the arms. You'd be pretty heavy. Actually, kind of like these. Yeah, I think these would be pretty good. I think we're good on the legs for now. This seems pretty good. Might end up grabbing this as well. And generator, nothing crazy. We don't. Wow, that's piss terrible capacity. You can see that. The recharge is really good, but yeah, the amount of actual that we is really bad. So I think we bought. What did I didn't even remember what we bought? New arms, right? Yep, a new pair of arms. I think we're good there. Legs are still good. I have no issue with the legs. Boosters, yep. Got a new chip. We're gonna use the new chip as well. And then we will just save this because for now, there's gonna be a point where I will end up making like more than one AC loadout, but for the time being, because we're still really early on, there's no point in my opinion. So taking parts as we have them and get them. So I don't think, yeah, we have no more new training, AC test. So without further ado, folks, let's get into this next Chapter 1 mission, Destroy the Weaponized Mining Ship.
Got a job for you, 621. This one's a request from the Arquebus Group.
Raven, this request comes from Schneider, an Arquebus subsidiary. The mission will take place in the Bonadea dunes of Western Belius. Our coral investigation there is being blocked by the Strider, a Rubicon Liberation Front mining ship. You are to destroy it. The Strider is a mobile resource base that was extensively weaponized by the Liberation Front. Call it the crowning glory of their efforts to militarize into an anti-corporate force. Your attack will focus on the Eye, a giant laser cannon connected directly to the main generator. It's protected by a shield, which is powered by auxiliary sub-generators. These should be your first targets. This concludes the briefing. Good luck.
Alrighty, as you can see with these past two missions, we're really hammering down on the Liberation Front, and you can probably tell they're not going to be very happy with us, but gotta make our money somehow, right, unfortunately?
Time for a little self-promotion, 621. Smash the Strider, and Arquebus HQ will be sure to remember your name.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. First, get through all that dust and make contact with the Strider.
Alright, you want to be careful here, because that laser cannon's going to shoot at you.
Must be one of the corporation's dogs. Activate the eye. Burn them away. Yes, sir! Coral, abide with Rubicon! Abide with Rubicon.
Oh, wait, here we go. Yep, we have to be very careful, because that'll shoot at us a fair bit.
Picking up a surge of energy to the eye.
Yep. Get out. Get out! That'll hurt. That won't one-shot you, but it'll... Ow. That hurts. But it will do a lot of damage, so be very careful with that. The one thing is this mission is amazing. The amount of, like, the scale is just crazy.
Take out one of its legs and bring it to a halt.
We evaded the eye laser.
All hands. Prepare for close range combat. Intercept.
Right, one of the legs is down, but yeah.
Strider leg compromised. It's going down. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Look at that. Ooh! The scale is insane. You have to think these mechs are already as big as buildings.
Now we've got a foothold to get on the deck. Grab on and get to work on the sub-generators.
Yeah, every time I play this game, I wonder for certain structures that are in this game on how the construction was for some of these, right? Like, had to have been crazy. Alright, nice. Got rid of a lot with those missiles.
AC Pilot's no rookie.
We can't take any chance. It's up over it.
Trying to get one. Midship 621. Don't let them go.
Ah! We can't take the enemy AT!
Sub-generator destroyed. 3 to go.
Uh-oh. Oh no, I don't have enough energy. I hate this. Okay. Gonna go up this way, and then we should be able to get up here. Again, be careful about the laser. Alright, we're gonna recover our energy here. Gonna go around here.
Remember the hardships that made us. Remember that when Rubicon burned, we were nervous.
That was close. Got that.
Just one left.
The Strider is the flagship of our war.
All sub-generators destroyed. The ice shield is offline. Head to the front segment and hit the target.
Alright, now be very careful because the eye can still hit you here. So you want to be
Get the target in your sights. Time to finish this 621.
The iron takes significant damage. We're not through yet. No response from the eye.
Alright.
We can't move the Strider.
Target destroyed.
Time to get out.
And it looks like all that energy it was sucking up has nowhere to go. Move 621. You need to get clear of the Strider.
As you can see, the scale is just absolutely crazy, right? Like, the mechs are the size of buildings, and then look at how big this thing is. Like I said,
Combined with Rubicon.
I wonder what the construction of this looked like.
621. The Strider's blowing itself up. A fitting end for something built to fail.
Man, what an insane scale. Like, it wasn't really a super long mission at the end of the day, but, yeah, it is really freaking cool, the scale of everything. That was just an incredible sight to behold, with how big the Strider was.
You must be the handler, I presume, for the independent mercenary Raven.
Honored to make your acquaintance, V2 Snail.
I understand you want to join Operation Wall Climber. You do realize that disposing of some Liberation Front garbage hardly qualifies you. Know your place, you meager dog sitter. The answer is no.
I hear you're deploying V1 again. Must be rough only having one good pilot to rely on.
Oh? Are you suggesting your dog can take Freud's place?
You'll see. Just give us the chance.
Very well, then. We're also deploying V4, who's been equally brazen of late. Let's see how they both perform.
One new message.
Raven, your work on the Strider deserves commendation. I am thrilled to have issued you the request. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Archivist Group's mercenary liaison. V8 Pater, at your service. I think I'll enjoy doing business with you.
Alright. Got a new training exercise, got some more parts that we can take a look at, so we'll take a look at those, but also give me 1 second. Alrighty, folks. Sorry about that. Had to use the bathroom there for a second, but let's take a look at some extra parts that we can buy. Looks like we have a shotgun. This one's alright. We have like a laser gun there. And another one as well, which has like a big AoE. Is there anything else? Yeah, the same ones for this side. We do have a new shoulder cannon, which is like this can be used to stagger pretty decently, not too bad. And then we have this as well, which is like essentially kind of like electric mortars. Those are pretty cool. I might end up swapping out. Thinking about buying it for the left side. We also have this one, which is awesome. This is an insane amount of missiles. I don't think we'll use that yet. I think that's the majority. Oh, we have some new legs, though, so those are some nice legs. I don't like that generator, though. I just do not like it, because the yen capacity is so terrible, like... But I think what we'll do to end off the episode is do training, because our next mission, Operation Wall Climber. This is a very significant mission, and I'd like to save it for next episode because, yeah, this is a really significant mission. So, without further ado, folks, let's do our training mission. Training missions. Let's get a couple of extra AC parts, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, intermediate support, support 1, assembling an AC. One way to assemble as an AC is to install ranged weapons by both hands. Yep, double trigger. Yep. Some, you know, like double machine guns or something like that, or sometimes double shotguns. That's also a very perfect one. But yeah, you can see you can fire both weapons at once. Yep. Now, I'm not a huge fan of double trigger, only in certain situations, and the reason is because I just like being up close and personal with melee weapons. And AC is overweight, is enhanced by its overall weight and the type of booster. So the one we have is a pretty lightweight AC that can move around very quickly, and is very light. So that all adds up to being a very agile AC. So very, very cool. And yes, basically these boosters have a short quick boost cooldown, so it's really fast when you're trying to dodge and stuff like that. I actually love these boosters, and this is similar to an AC that we will eventually end up actually building because, yeah, it's a really, really, I love this style of AC. It's a lot of fun. You can see we move really fast. The generator influences the rest of the assembly from the selection of usable parts to the performance. It's equipped with a generator that prioritizes EN capacity, meaning you're essentially able to quick boost a lot, right? So you can see how the builds make a difference, especially even the generators and the chips. So, FCS, the fire control system installed, affects the target tracking at close, medium, and long range, and the missile lock-on and multi-lock time. The AC is equipped with an FCS, which is the chip that is specialized for close-range combat, allowing it to reliably land attacks. So what we'll show here is, boom. So you'll see in those descriptions for some of these chips and stuff, you'll have like, oh, it's better at close range, it enables close range, multi-lock-on is faster, so stuff like that. Boom! Boom. Very simple. AC weapons and selection of parts are used to assemble an AC to determine its ideal combat range and style for ranged weapons at medium range. So, boom. Nice. Boom. And he's dead. Very, very cool. But yeah, you can make ACs for long range, close range, mid range, everything like that. And so we will end up making a close range one because I love close range ACs. So I'll show you how that works. So we have those boosters that we got, which are really amazing boosters, and we have a new generator, new boosters, some really cool stuff. Let's see if will this generator be better. I like it a bit. Sure, it has more weight. I don't know. I like this a bit better, so I'm going to end up running with it. Expansion, we still have nothing that we can do with that yet. And then we have the new boosters. Let's at least take a look at them. So yeah, you can see them there. Saw the chip. So yeah, let's go to the next training mission. And that's why we will end off here. Reverse jointed ACs. Reverse jointed ACs was actually, funnily enough, that was one of the ones we were just using. So reverse joint AC leg units excel at jumping and leverage their strength to improve quick boost. So yeah, they have really strong quick boosts, and they can jump really, really high, meaning that you don't have to consume a lot of energy to be able to launch yourself pretty tall. And they're also pretty good at aerial combat in general. So you can see we jump really high. Now left shoulder is a grenade cannon. Yep, so essentially like a giant, grenade launcher. It's an RPG on your shoulder, which is really cool. Yeah, you can exploit AoE damage, as it says there. So like if you're aiming at the ground, you can hit a huge AoE. So I'll show you here. So let's wait for it to cool down. But boom, boom. You can see destroy a lot of targets there. Bam. Very cool. Alright, weapons fall into 1 to 3 categories depending on the type of damage they inflict. Kinetic, explosive, and energy. So, kinetic are like more or less your traditional like machine guns, shotguns, stuff like that. Or like sort of traditional melee weapons that are like they only use the actual weapon. Explosive is like, like the rocket launcher on our back and stuff like that, right? That's explosive. And finally, energy. So that sword we have that we're using currently on my AC, that's not this one, like, the one that we're just using in the story. That's mainly energy, but also does kinetic as well, because it is up close and personal. Most melee weapons are up close and personal, although there's a couple we'll find out. You'll eventually see that they are also have some range to them, and they're mainly energy focused. But also energy focused as our right gun, the ones with any like electric ammo, as well as our shoulder cannon as well. That is also energy. So depending on what weapons you want, it'll depend. Now when it comes to the energy ones, they are able to break shields faster. Kinetic ones are able to make the most use out of them when they're staggering enemies, and you're able to do a lot of damage with staggering. Explosive is good for obviously getting rid of AoE, but also good for dealing sort of kinetic damage and getting a quick stagger. So just to give you some explanations there, but yeah. Yep, energy weapons produce heat, ultimately result in overheating. Yep. We're going to get rid of hopefully a few of them there. And do that. Boom. That guy's dead. Very nice. He's dead. He's dead as well. Very cool. High ricocheting will occur when enemies have high defense, significantly reducing. Try attacking at closer range or switch to explosive weapons. So yep. Now we have a tetrapod here, so this guy has high armor. So you're going to want to use something with explosive or high kinetic just to be able to do enough damage to him and stuff like that. To be able to stagger him. There we go. Boom. And yeah, there we go. Very, very cool. Alright. have our final training mission complete, and I think, do we get the shoulder cannon off of this? Because the shoulder cannon is actually pretty cool. We get the gun. It's not really a gun I care all that much about, I'll be honest with you. It's neat, but like I really don't care all that much for it. Parts shop, yep. Then we can buy it essentially for the left side here. You can see we can buy it for the left now. But yeah, with that all out of the way, folks. Next time on Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon, get ready for Operation Wall Climber, a very significant mission in the story of this game, and so hope you all look forward to that. So, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends, and also follow me in the socials. Those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this episode, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives.